This week, our show has pretty much gone to the dogs. The theme, well, it's been pets. Monday, we measured their carbon paw print and their link to greenhouse gases. Speaking of gas, cows and sheep apparently give off plenty of it. You know what helps lower methane, though? It's curry. On Tuesday, we took a stomach-churning look at China's appetite for cat and dog meat. Wednesday's focus was New York's booming pet care businesses. And yesterday, we examined a dog's life in Japan. For some, their life couldn't be better. For those, though, that are abandoned, their fate is a death sentence. And today, the dog is finally having its day in Sri Lanka. Well, it's time to wrap up our week with that story from Sri Lanka. It starts out as a bit of a doggy downer. It strays from the streets of many cities there. But as Rosemary Church tells us, a leader of Sri Lanka's fashion community has made it her business to turn strays into fashion statements.
Stray dogs are everywhere you look in Sri Lanka, eating trash, sleeping on roads. These animals have made the streets their home. This makeshift tarp, the only protection from the blaze of the midday sun. They're often malnourished and sick, but their population continues to grow.
They're also called community dogs because they're looked after by people in the community, but there are many.
Still, street dogs often have to fend for themselves, rarely finding acceptance as pets. 3 years ago, fashion icon Otara Gunawadane founded Embark, a non-profit group that's taking a new approach to the problem.
One of the main things that Embark has also tried to focus on is to make the stray dog fashionable, so that more people would care for the dogs, more people would adopt dogs, and make them something that everyone would like to own.
Giving the street dog a makeover. At Colombo's Fashion Week earlier this year, dogs dominated the catwalk, modelling Embark's first clothing and accessory line. Gunawadane, who's better known by her first name Otara, also owns one of Sri Lanka's biggest department stores.
The mascot of Embark is Nico, who is my dog. I found him down my road when he was very, very small, and he's actually turned out to be quite a star now in Sri Lanka, and he's quite famous and is recognized wherever he goes. And his images and a lot of the branding is Nico. And our last collection was called Love Nico Collection, which we launched on Valentine's Day.
Proceeds from Love Nico sales directly fund Embark's sterilization, education, and adoption campaigns across the country.
We've treated many injured dogs and rehomed quite a few of them. Some of the dogs that we treat, once they're better, we put them back into the place where we found them, as long as they're well and can go back.
As Otara works on a second clothing line, she finds her message is spreading.
People are very enthusiastic about Embark, and we can always count on people to join us to help the projects that we do.
She's not just changing the lives of the dogs, she's reintroducing Sri Lanka to man's best friend. Rosemary Church, CNN, Atlanta.
As we wrap up our week, taking a special look at pets, I want to hear more on or bring you more on the story that we did earlier this year. China's use of cat and dog meat from the US. Alexandra has this to say. She says, eating cats and dogs seems crazy to us, but take a step back. What about chickens, pigs and cows? What's the real difference, she says? Well, another viewer, Johnny, doesn't see why there's a problem. No, don't ban dog and cat meat. That's ridiculous. Meat is meat. If it's feeding humans, it's a good thing. Keep your emails coming. I'm sure you have your own thoughts on this subject. CNN.com/connect. We will be back for a couple of minutes right after this.